the Dajjal and Jerusalem. The Final Confrontations, Stage Part 12 20ths. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. We've journeyed through the Dajjal's terrifying nature, his deceptive powers, and the vital means of protecting ourselves. Now, as his global reign of terror intensifies, where will this ultimate confrontation culminate? Why does one ancient city sacred to billions become the very epicenter of the final showdown between truth and ultimate falsehood? Today, in Part 12 of our 20-part series, we delve into the Dajjal and Jerusalem, the final confrontation stage. We will explore the Dajjal's inevitable march towards Al-Quds, the gathering of believers within its walls under Imam Mahdi, and how this blessed land transforms into the climactic arena for the decisive battle that will seal the Dajjal's fate. Understanding Jerusalem's pivotal role is key to grasping the climax of the end times narrative. Join us as we set the stage for the greatest confrontation. Part 1. The Dajjal's march towards Jerusalem, the ultimate target. After traversing the globe and spreading his fitna far and wide, the Dajjal's final and most significant destination will be the city of Jerusalem. The world conquered, except two. The Dajjal will have conquered and deceived most regions of the earth, the notable exceptions of Mecca and Medina, which are divinely protected by angels, heading for Sham Levant. His ultimate direction will be towards the blessed land of Sham, a region encompassing modern-day Syria, Palestine, Jordan, and Lebanon. This area is prophesied to be the heartland of the believers and the stage for major end times events, within Shambo Prize. Within Sham, Jerusalem Al-Quds will be his ultimate target. He will gather his vast army around its walls, intent on crushing the last bastion of true faith. Reasons for targeting Jerusalem. Jerusalem is not just a strategic location. It is spiritually significant as a land of prophets, the first Qibla, and the future site of Prophet Isa's peace be upon him descent. For the Dajjal, conquering it would symbolize his absolute dominion over all religions and all truth, a gathering of his forces. As he approaches Jerusalem, its followers will swell in number, including the bulk of his Jewish adherents, hypocrites, and those deceived by his powers and promises of worldly gain. Part 2. The gathering of believers in Jerusalem. The steadfast core while the Dajjal lays siege. The true believers, under the leadership of Imam Mahdi, will find refuge and form their final stand within Jerusalem. Imam Mahdi's presence, Imam Mahdi, who would have already established his righteous rule and consolidated his forces, will be in Jerusalem, leading the believers. This confirms Jerusalem's role as his spiritual and strategic capital, as the remnant of faith. The believers in Jerusalem will represent the resilient core of true faith. Those who have resisted the Dajjal's overwhelming deception and remain steadfast in their tawhid, a time of extreme hardship. The siege will be a period of immense trial and hardship for the believers. They will face extreme scarcity of food and water, and the immense pressure of the Dajjal's vast army and terrifying powers. Spiritual strength amidst despair. Despite the physical hardship, the believers' iman will be at its peak. Their reliance on Allah and their certainty in His promise will be their greatest strength. They will understand this to be the predicted climax, His divine protection. While suffering hardship, the city itself and the believers within are under Allah's ultimate protection, awaiting the divine intervention that will bring about the Dajjal's demise. Part 3. The alliance of believers and the final battle formation as the Dajjal closes in on Jerusalem. The forces of truth, led by Imam Mahdi, will solidify their ranks, potentially reinforced by crucial alliances. The Imam Mahdi's army. Imam Mahdi's army will consist of the purest and most sincere believers, many of whom would have joined him since his emergence in Mecca. They will be prepared to face the Dajjal. The black flags from Khurasan revisited for context. As mentioned in Part 5, the prophetic Hadith speaks of armies with black flags coming from Khurasan. These forces are understood by many scholars to be among the strongest and most sincere supporters of Imam Mahdi, fighting for justice and possibly arriving to reinforce the believers at this critical juncture, or having already joined his forces earlier. They represent a significant military and spiritual force coming from the east to support the Mahdi's cause. The alliance with the Romans, Eastern Western Christians, as previously discussed in Part 5, A significant hadith describes an alliance between Muslims and Romans, often interpreted as Eastern or Western Christian powers, such as Russia or nations that share a common adversary with Muslims. This alliance will be formed against a common enemy, likely one of the Dajjal's supporting forces or another powerful adversary, and could potentially play a role in the broader confrontations leading up to the final siege of Jerusalem. This alliance highlights a strategic convergence against a shared threat, the last stand for truth. This gathering in Jerusalem signifies the final stand of truth against falsehood, marking the stage for the climactic arrival of Prophet Isa, peace be upon him. Part 4. The impending arrival of Prophet Isa, the true Messiah, the Dajjal's siege of Jerusalem, marks the precise moment for the descent of the true Messiah, Prophet Isa, peace be upon him. The dawn before salvation. The believers inside Jerusalem, exhausted from the siege and facing overwhelming odds, will be at their most desperate point just before the Fajr dawn prayer. Descent at the white minaret. Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, will descend from the heavens near the white minaret. In the eastern part of Damascus, or Jerusalem, some narrations specify Damascus as the general region of Shem. He, peace be upon him, will descend dressed in 2 yellowish garments, with his hands resting on the wings of 2 angels. His physical appearance, Hadith describe him as being of medium height, with a reddish-white complexion, smooth hair that appears wet as if he just emerged from a bath. His peace be upon him purpose, to kill the Dajjal. His primary mission upon descent is to kill the Dajjal. This is the moment for which all prophets warned, and for which humanity has waited: the Dajjal's demise. As Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, approaches, the Dajjal will begin to melt away like salt dissolving in water. Unable to withstand the presence of the true Messiah, Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, will then strike him down at the Gate of Lud, a specific location near Jerusalem. This single act will bring an end to the greatest fitna. Conclusion. Jerusalem's prophetic destiny fulfilled, my dear friends. Jerusalem, the blessed land, stands as the ultimate stage for the confrontation with the Dajjal. His relentless march, the steadfast resistance of Imam Mahdi and the believers within its walls, and the precise timing of Prophet Isa's peace be upon him, miraculous descent, all converge in this sacred city. It is here that the prophecies climax, and where the forces of truth finally overwhelm the greatest deception ever known. Jerusalem's destiny, sealed in ancient prophecies, is to witness the ultimate triumph of justice and faith over all forms of evil, preparing the way for an era of unprecedented peace and righteousness under the true Messiah. This is truly the essence of Sufi essence. Thank you for joining me in setting the stage for the Dajjal's ultimate confrontation. If this lecture deepened your understanding and solidified your faith, please like this video to help share this vital knowledge. Subscribe to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed for more profound insights into Islamic spirituality. And remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss part 13 of this epic series, where we will delve into Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, and the defeat of the Dajjal, the triumph of truth. How does the centrality of Jerusalem in these events impact your connection to this blessed land? Share your reflections in the comments below. Your insights empower our growing community. Until our next spiritual unveiling, may Allah protect us and keep us steadfast on His path.